The opening of that tent of meeting is a bloodbath. Oh my goodness, you're just squelching around there. Everyone's like, oh. Hey guys, welcome to Joel Reads Bible. I'm Joel and I read Bible so that you don't have to. And we're back at it with the book of Leviticus and we're 3 chapters in, and I gotta tell you, we're already in repetition mode and boring detail mode. Does that make sense? I mean, it's Bible, so it's good. That better makes sense. So we've been talking about all sorts of different types of sacrifice. Now, good news is you don't just need the shedding of blood as the atonement for sin. There's a bunch of different kinds of sacrifices, and we're just going to learn more about those types of things in this chapter 2. It looks like, chapter 3. I meant chapter as well. But seriously, I don't know how many more chapters of describing how to make things that are gross or kill things and sprinkle blood in a gross way and cut things up in a gross way and all of that I can take. I feel like this has to end sometime soon. It can't go on forever. Can it, Yahweh? Can it go on forever and ever? Please tell me it can't. Tell me that's not going to happen. I don't know who that character was, but he's really upset and he does not want this to continue forever. If you guys haven't subscribed, then what are you even doing here? You know what I mean? Like, isn't it time you left? Come back. No, come back. Come back. You don't have to subscribe. You don't have to subscribe. Don't have to subscribe. I'm just happy you're here. No, I'm not jealous. I'm not like Yahweh. It's not like all or nothing with me. It's like whatever you want to give me. You know, you want to watch 5 minutes? Watch 5 minutes. You know, watch the first little bit of the video. Fine. You know, like it. Do you want to like it? Okay, thank you for the like. You know what I mean? You want to leave a comment? Yeah, appreciate it. You know, love you. I mean, I don't want to be too needy. Thank you. Appreciate it or whatever. You know. But anyway, we're here at Leviticus chapter 3, and we're going to get right into it. If his offering is a sacrifice of peace offerings, peace of what? Peace of if he offers it from the herd, whether male or female, this is new. They can offer a female, but females are like worth a lot less. I forget where it is. Earlier on, I think it's going to be in Genesis, we get how many, I think it was when Jacob was going to go see Esau, and we got how many males he brought versus how many females he brought. And I think whatever those numbers were, it seems pretty obvious that the females just weren't worth as much. So I think maybe we needed more females. Or maybe the females were better, so that's why he brought more. Anyway, in the human race, at the very least, females are worth way less. They're just baby makers who you can own for life. But here we go. We get to kill them for Yahweh. Yahweh doesn't mind the stench of a burning female animal. He shall offer it without defect before Yahweh. Isn't being female kind of like a defect of its own, Yahweh? It don't got no penis. He shall lay his hand on the head of his offering, so it's just so much repetition, and kill it at the door of the tent of meeting. We've done this. Aaron's sons, the priests, shall sprinkle the blood around on the altar. He shall offer of the sacrifice of peace offerings an offering made by fire to Yahweh. The fat that covers the innards, and all the fat that is on the innards, and the 2 kidneys, and the fat that is on them, which is by the loins. And the cover on the liver with the kidneys he shall take away. Yahweh doesn't want that stuff, okay? Very specific. He just likes certain things, doesn't like other things. Is there a rhyme or a reason to it? Who's to say? But Yahweh likes some stuff, doesn't like other stuff, seemingly arbitrarily. Ask a Bible scholar, and they probably have some sort of poetic answer. Aaron's son shall burn it on the altar on the burnt offering, which is on the wood that is on the fire. It is an offering made by fire of a pleasant aroma to Yahweh. This is so repetitive that it's like they've got all sorts of words that are the exact same, and then they just have these blanks, right? Like, when they've written out a sentence and they just leave a line, you can write in, your answer or your mad gab or something like that. A bit like sacrifice mad gabs, you know what I mean? If this offering is a sacrifice of offering, okay, what should we write in there? I'm going to put peace. Okay, I'm going to put meal. If the offering is from the herd, I'm going to put flock. I'm going to put flower. You know what I mean? There's a certain way you can write a poem. A lot of poems follow similar structures in their stanzas, right? So they might end with the same line, quoth the raven, nevermore, for instance. And then you have a rhyming pattern that you really need to follow, and probably some rhythmic patterns you have to follow. So at a certain point, you can fill in all the stuff that has to be there, and then you just have to fill in the blanks with other little creative ideas in order to tell your story. And that's kind of what's going on here as well. They've kind of got their structure, and they're like, okay, let's give them 5 or 6, hopefully not that many. We're just on number 3. I do not want to read 6. But if his offering for a sacrifice of peace offering to Yahweh is from the flock, either male or female, he shall offer it without defect, always without defect. What's a defect? Figure it out, guys. Isn't it obvious? Well, that it has curly wool? No, they all have curly wool. What are you talking about? That they have freckles? No. Yes, that's bad. They don't want them. We don't want them to have freckles. A freckle is different than we have mostly freckles here. Okay, we like the ones without freckles. Oh, okay. I wouldn't have known that. Because there was just a point of difference, but it wasn't clear which was better or worse, which one was a defect. Well, obviously, dots aren't going to be good. That's a defect. It's like, what is a defect? I hope it tells us. I just doubt it will. If he offers a lamb for his offering, then he shall offer it before Yahweh. What if it's a goat? Is it before Baal? We haven't even been introduced to Baal, or some other god. Come on, Yahweh. It's all going to you, bud. And he shall lay his hand on the head of his offering and kill it before the tent of meeting. The opening of that tent of meeting is a bloodbath. Oh my goodness, you're just squelching around there. Everyone's like, I always try to get here early because I genuinely don't want to be squelching in blood all day. Here I am ankle deep in blood sand, and I'm just going to add to it. It's disgusting, but whatever Yahweh wants. Hopefully he didn't hear that, because he is unhinged. He will kill me. He does get angry fast. Aaron's sons shall sprinkle its blood around the altar. He shall offer from the sacrifice of peace offerings an offering made by fire to Yahweh. Its fat, the entire tail fat, he shall take away close to the backbone, and the fat that covers the entrails, and all the fat that is on the entrails, and the 2 kidneys, and the fat that is on them, which is by the loins, and the cover on the liver with the kidneys, he shall take away. The priest shall burn it on the altar. It is the food of the offering made by fire to Yahweh. So that part is food. So is Yahweh going to eat it? I have a feeling, and I don't want to doubt the priests, but for some reason, I feel like they're eating all of this. I think they're lying. I think they're lying and saying, hey guys, we're not going to eat all that stuff. But can you take all the gross stuff that we would never imagine eating and take it away? Just get rid of it. We just don't want to have to clean it up and stuff. So can you do all the butchering, clean up the meat, just leave the good stuff, and we're not going to eat it. We're just going to do this peace food offering to Yahweh, and you can't be in here. You can't be in here for it. We're going to we're sprinkling and we're smearing blood and stuff, but But you can't be in here because we're definitely going to burn this up and not eat any of it. After they're done their thing, they walk around and there's like a kebab shop or something. And they're like, where are they getting all this lamb for this place? Like, this is wild. If his offering is a goat, then he shall offer it before Yahweh. He shall lay his hand on its head and kill it before the tent of meeting, and the sons of Aaron shall sprinkle its blood around the altar. He shall offer from it as his offering, an offering made by fire to Yahweh. The fat that covers the innards, and all the fat that is on the innards, and the 2 kidneys, get rid of those kidneys. No one wants the kidneys. And the fat that is on them, which is by the loins, and the cover on the liver with the kidneys, he shall take away. The priest shall burn them on the altar. It is the food of the offering made by fire for a pleasant aroma. All the fat is Yahweh's. I like the fat. I like some fat in gristle. I enjoy it. From a goat fat? Yeah, no, I really, really like that. You know, these things are so similar. Why doesn't it just go, if you're going to offer goat, just basically do the same thing that they did with the lamb. But I always make that complaint, and I'm going to try to stop because it's getting redundant, just as redundant as this book. It shall be a perpetual statute throughout your generations in all your dwellings that you shall eat neither fat nor blood. These are going to be some fit, lean Hebrews. But also, what does it mean that it's going to be a perpetual statute throughout your generations? Like perpetual, like perpetual motion. What does perpetual motion? It's like forever. It just keeps going. It doesn't stop. It perpetuates. What, forever? So this is a statute that's going to keep going throughout your generations, plural. Is there like 3 of them, 4 of them? Did these people stop having generations? Is there somewhere where the Hebrews stopped being Hebrews and so their generations stopped, so the perpetual statute is no longer necessary or what God wants? Because we had a very similar thing in chapter 40 of Exodus saying that this priesthood would last forever, and this is how they're always going to do it. I just know that they're not doing it anymore. Why is that? And I think that we're going to find out. I know for a fact that we're going to hear some arguments. That just makes it sound like there's going to be some blatant contradictions in the Bible. And I know, I'm with you. I wasn't expecting that either when I started. Now I'm used to it. But before I was like, what? There's not going to be contradictions in here. This is the inspired word of God and it's univocal. Not true. That's chapter 3 in Leviticus. I just have to read the same thing over and over again. It's not that big of a deal. We're getting some fun out of it. Hopefully the next chapter will finally get out of these offerings, but I feel like we have a couple more to go. So I'm going to get right on that. In the meantime, you guys can subscribe, like the video, and comment, and we'll see you next time. Bye.